Sanatana Dharma, an elementary textbook of Hindu religion and ethics. Narrated by Vaidyanathan. Part 3, Chapter 5. Virtues and their foundation. Mutual sacrifice or mutual service is a key principle in Sanatana Dharma, promoting union and harmony. The 5 daily yajnas foster unity between the performer and rishis, devas, pitris, men and animals. Sanatana Dharma also teaches us about the 3 debts we owe. 1. The debt to the rishis, paid mainly in the Brahmacharya ashrama through study and service to the teacher. 2. Debt to the pitris or ancestors, paid mainly in the Grihastha ashrama by raising a family and practicing charity. 3. Debt to the devas, paid mainly in the Vanaprastha ashrama through yajna and meditation. A debt is something we owe, we have received and should repay. This payment or debt of what is due is called the discharge of duty, which we owe to others and ought to do. The discharge of a duty is called a virtue. The non-discharge of a duty is called a vice. A virtuous person recognizes and fulfills their duties and obligations, while a vicious person does not recognize or fulfill them. Virtues have been called forms of truth by Bhishma, because truth is that which is real, and as Bhishma says, the eternal Brahman. Truth is the divine nature, reflected in external nature. All the laws of nature are expressions of truth, working with perfect accuracy and changelessness. The greatest truth is the unity of the self amidst the diversity of the non-self. All other truths and laws are reflections of this great unity in diversity. In ethical science, this great truth means that each of us should feel for other selves as we do for ourselves, recognizing the similarity or unity with other selves. This leads us to always tell the truth, as falsehood creates distrust and separation, preventing shared knowledge and unity. Untruthfulness, whether conscious or unconscious, results in endless harm and vices. Truthfulness promotes union, while untruthfulness increases separateness. Truthfulness has always been a hallmark of noble characters in Hindu literature. My lips have never uttered an untruth is a favorite phrase of the heroes. Sri Krishna promised not to carry arms on Kurukshetra, and when he ran towards Bhishma with an uplifted whip to help Arjuna, Arjuna refused his help because of his promise. Similarly, Yudhishthira, though almost despairing of victory, would not accept his help due to that same promise. On the other hand, when Yudhishthira, in his utmost need, forgot his truthfulness and told a lie to undo Drona, his war chariot lost the power that lifted it from the earth, and it sank to the ground. When the Pandavas were in the forest and Sri Krishna suggested that Yudhishthira might send an army against the Kurus, thus breaking the spirit of the promise to remain 13 years in exile, Yudhishthira's response was, "The sons of Pandus will not deviate from the path of truth." Even when loss follows, the pledged word must be kept. When Prahlada took the sovereignty of 3 worlds from Indra, Indra disguised himself as a Brahmana and served him as his disciple. Prahlada was so pleased with him that he offered to give him anything he asked for. Indra asked for Prahlada's Shila, that is character or manner or behavior, and Prahlada gave it, though he feared it meant his own ruin, as indeed it did, because he had pledged his word. Bhishma's answer is indeed unforgettable. When his stepmother Satyavati prayed him to take the throne and marry against his promise, he responded with unwavering commitment to truth. "I would renounce the 3 worlds, the empire of heaven, or anything that may be still greater, but truth never will I renounce. Earth may renounce its sin, water may renounce its moisture, light may renounce its power of showing forms, the air may renounce its susceptibility to touch, the sun may renounce his glory, fire his heat, the moon his cool rays, space its capacity to generate sounds, the slayer of Vritra his prowess, the god of justice his impartiality. But I renounce not truth." Karna, known for his fiery nature, pride, and straightforwardness, was born with a natural armor that no weapon could pierce. The Devas, always working to ensure the Pandavas' victory, were anxious about the predestined combat between Karna and Arjuna, fearing Arjuna might fail due to Karna's strong armor. It was Karna's rule that he sat facing the east every day, studying the Vedas, till the sun turned the zenith, and he had vowed that during that period of his Veda study, every day, whatever a Brahmana asked of him that he had to give, he would give to him unfailingly. And one day, Indra, the king of Devas, seeing no other way, took on the semblance of an aged Brahmana and appeared before Karna and said he had a gift to ask. And Karna said that he would surely give it if it were all within his power. Then Indra said, "Give me this armor that you wear by nature on your body." Karna replied, "I know you now to be no artless Brahmana, but the king of the Devas himself, disguised to help the cause of the Pandavas. But even the letter of my given word must be respected. Take what you asked, though in giving you your wish, I know I give my life. And what is even more than life to me, the only chance of conquering my soldier rival Arjuna in battle." And Karna cut off that living armor piece by piece with his own hand and sword and gave it all to Indra, winning thereby a longer life and a far nobler name than if he had defeated Arjuna. King Dasharatha of the solar lineage of kings was asked by the Devas for help against the Asuras. As a true Kshatriya, he battled against them. His youngest wife, Kaikeyi, drove his war chariot, and when the king fainted from his wounds, she skillfully drove him to safety, preserving his life. Grateful for her deed, the king promised her two boons, which she saved for future use. Years later, when the king was old and wished to install his eldest son, Rama, as a crown prince, Kaikeyi claimed her boons. She fearfully demanded that Rama, the eldest and most beloved son, be exiled to the forest, and that her son, Bharata, be crowned instead. Dasharatha, knowing that granting her request meant his own death, still honored his promise and died. He believed it was better to die than to break his word and betray the truth. Bali, the Daitya king, had conquered Swarga and become the unchallenged ruler of the three worlds. During the rites of a great yajna, the sacred Ashwamedha, Vamana, which was Vishnu disguised as a dwarf, came and begged for as much land as he could cover in 3 paces. Shukra, Bali's preceptor, advised him to refuse the gift, knowing Vamana was Vishnu. Bali answered, "The grandson of Prahlada shall never speak untruth. I will give to this Brahmana boy what I promised, even if he be Vishnu and my enemy." And when Vamana covered the Triloki with 2 paces and demanded a third foothold, Bali offered his own head, sacrificing his kingdom. For this act of truth, Vishnu blessed him, declaring, "His wealth gone, his position lost, himself overpowered and chained by enemies, forsaken by friends, reviled and cursed by his own preceptor, Bali did not forsake truth." The Puranas say that for such act of truth, by the blessing of Vishnu, Bali will be the next Indra when the present Deva, whose proper name is Purandara, vacates that office. For Indra is a title of the great office of the sovereign, of the divine kingdom, not a personal name. As truth is Brahman, those who seek Brahman must be truthful. Above and beyond all else, therefore, one should strive for truthfulness.